Howdy y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a breakdown on the Halo Infinite VK78 Commando, or Commando for short. This weapon is a very controversial one, and I figured I'd make this video because a lot of players are upset with it. It has not performed well for them, they've had trouble using it, and I will admit it is a very wonky and obscure weapon, at least in the Halo series. We've never had anything like it. It's essentially a mix between an assault rifle and a battle rifle, or DMR, RIP DMR. But the Commando is essentially a nice bridge between the two weapons, but at the same time it doesn't perform nearly as well as either of them in those weapons' respective fields. So why is the Commando even used? Why is it in the game? Well, it does have a niche purpose, and I found that I'm able to shred with this gun, like absolutely demolish. But it takes a lot of understanding on how the weapon functions, and it takes a lot of practice, because when I first started out, I picked this thing up real excited, saw it in the trailer. Wow, this is like the AK-47 of Halo, and I was pretty bad with it. I just kept getting dropped while I had it in my hands. But after forcing myself to use it and kind of getting accustomed to it, I kind of like this gun. It's, of course, nowhere near as good as the battle rifle. The battle rifle still reigns supreme, especially in big team battle, but the Commando can go toe-to-toe against it in certain encounters. Allow me to demonstrate and teach y'all why the Commando is useful and how to be good with it. So starting off, the Commando, fully automatic, never use it. Like, do not hold down the trigger unless you are within spitting distance of another enemy. You are not going to be spraying at long distances. This thing has absolutely horrendous recoil. These spread patterns are insane. It rises and goes right to left and jostles all over the place. It's going to be sending rounds all the way to China. The only time I would use the rapid fire in any case is in short bursts, and I'm talking 2 to 5 or 2 to 7 controlled rounds. I'd say stick around 5. Usually I empty a quarter of the magazine each burst, because it will allow the recoil to recondense and you can get accurate shots on target afterward. Now, the Commando also has another disadvantage. It has an absolutely terrible magazine size. This thing has 20 rounds of magazine. That is ridiculously low. It's less than the battle rifle and assault rifle. It also starts with less ammo in reserve. You're going to probably pick it up and it's going to have 2 magazines in it, like 40 extra rounds. It's pretty bad in that regard, but let me tell you why the Commando is actually just supreme. It's not exactly amazing. In the tier list, I put it as a C, but it's certainly, if you can get it down, it is a beast. Let me tell you how to use it. First off, drop the sustained fully automatic fire. If you're ever going to use that fully automatic fire, you're probably going to do it out of panic when you're right up against an enemy. And if you're going to do that, that's probably the only time it's good to just empty your whole load in one go like that. The thing that the Commando does great, though, is mid to close range engagements. And in mid-range engagements, I find I ultimately use it like a DMR. I find myself tapping the mouse. I'll just single fire it, just dot 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 dot, and each one of those is me clicking. And sometimes you can single fire it as fast as the fully auto mode and have superior accuracy. So even at up close, I'll just tap it, because look at this. This is the rate of fire of the actual weapon. Look at that. So I highly recommend just burst fire, 2 to 5 shot bursts, or maintaining on single shot fire. And the other trick that you need to keep in mind is you want to keep it on the Spartan's head in most cases. After you drop their shields, it's a one-shot headshot, which the assault rifle does not have the glory of having that ability. So the Commando is actually really good if you just cap them in the head after you drop their shields enough. Sometimes I won't even drop their shields completely, and the round will go through the rest of their shields and kill them in the head. So very good gun in that regard. Even sometimes in close quarters engagements, I will find myself single firing as to prevent myself from running out of ammo too fast. And it keeps better accuracy. So for sure, pace your shots. That is the biggest thing about the Commando. And if you're gonna get close and you want to unleash the fury of rapid fire, you are going to want to fight the recoil. You're going to want to get comfortable with the recoil by dragging your mouse down at a nice enough steady rate that the weapon climb is canceled out by your downward movement or downward looking movement. So I don't know how that would work on controller, but on mouse and keyboard, at the least, try to fight the recoil on console. Maybe you can use the right stick and slowly drag it down. Fight that recoil if you're gonna fire it fully auto, but otherwise I would highly recommend using single fire and burst fire. The biggest thing is pace your shots, and the second thing about the commando is learn to track your targets better. You will never get better at Halo Infinite unless you can track your targets better. I had negative KD when I started out. I thought for a second Halo Infinite was about to be a disappointment for me until I figured out, oh wait, I'm just bad. And I got my friends coming to me and they're saying, hey, I'm having trouble with Halo Infinite. The game is bad. It's the game's fault. And I would be apt to agree with them until I figured out all you need to do is get your aim down better. So, 2 rules. Burst fire or single fire, so control your shots. Second rule, get better at tracking and aim for the head. Track their heads better. So anyway, I hope this demonstration helped y'all with the commando. I'm sad to see other players not like Halo Infinite's weapons because they are very unique and very interesting, and they are capable. Like, the commando is definitely a capable weapon. You just need to know how to use it. So that's why I figured I'd make this video to inform y'all. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. Like it if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more Halo Infinite tips and tricks and Halo Infinite styled just entertaining videos. Anyway, thanks for checking it out, and I hope you have a good one. See ya.